Hello, my arch fiends of chaos. Another one of the Final Fantasy segment. I just also finished my full stream of New Game Plus. Let me turn this down a little bit. I finished my whole game of I finished the New Game Plus, so I'm ready to talk about more Final Fantasy 15. You know, facts. You know, fan theories, etc. Let's go. Now, remember the final battle between Noctis Lucis Cealum versus Ardyn Lucis Cealum? You remember that battle? Isn't it strange that Ardyn could use royal arms? I mean, besides of him being a king, yes. Ardyn was one of the previous kings, so of course he'd be able to use some of his royal arms. The only thing is, the kings wouldn't give him the royal arms, so... Now, the question is... Sorry, I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to get all the volume together, but it just don't look professional. But anyways, I don't think anyone cares. People only like the content I post, so... You know... But anyways, the question was, how does Ardyn know how to wield royal arms? Even though he's a bad guy, he's now the king of the demons. My theory on that would be, sometime when he was still a good king, when he was still human, when he was still human and stuff like that. When he was still human, he actually had the ability to keep those weapons, you know, because technically he has not died, so he doesn't lose his powers. That's one theory, is that he didn't lose his power when he got turned demonified and became the king of the demons, you know. So, you know, there was no way Ardyn probably lost his power. That's just only one theory. But what if those weapons that Ardyn was fighting Noctis was, what Noctis was with? Sorry, I have a long day. Certain, you know, things happen. But anyways, okay. About Ardyn. It could be, you know, the kings wouldn't give their blessing or their royal arms to Ardyn. They're just like the Astros on that. They know how dangerous of a man Ardyn is. You know, considering Ardyn indirectly killed King Regis. Before, start the wars between Niflheim and Insomnia, which killed a lot of kings in the past, as well as a lot of civilians. Because Ardyn has manipulated both the Niflheim Empire and the Kingdom of Insomnia. So, we already know that happened. And he even did some of this stuff when he was still kind of human, because he was the jealous king. As Ardyn's words quote and says, this jealous king, you know, this jealous king became demonized and became a monster and demonized himself. I think that's what it was. But anyways, you go back to chapter 13 and watch and see all that. You know, people will upload chapter 13. Now, what I want to talk about is how is he still able to use royal arms? This is why I cued to the Ifrit music that you hear right now. What if Ifrit killed other Astrals? Remember, there's more summons than what you see in Final Fantasy 15. Now, besides it being an incomplete game, kind of, because they cut out some stuff. I mean, it is a complete game, but, you know, still missing some pieces and some, you know, stuff that we're gonna get in the DLC. You know, that we're gonna be getting more DLC stuff. So they're gonna fill our pockets with DLC. They're gonna put the DLC in our hand. They're gonna put the DLC in their hands and make a bigger game. Cause Square Enix changed a lot. Okay, I'm gonna stop being goofy. But, you know, you get the point. The point is, there's still a lot to answer. A lot of questions that can be answered. Either that he got this when he was still one of the chosen kings, because before, too, he had the same job as Luna Freya. He used to be the Oracle. and took all the demonic energy that were out of people and turned him into a monster, which erased his name from history. But even before that, he was jealous of the other kings ascending except him, because they could sense a little jealousy out of him. So pretty much they turned him down for ascension, and that's why he turned evil. But the point is, that's just one theory. My other theory that's not going around is that Ifrit killed Astrals, took their royal arms, and gave it to Ardyn. Remember, Ardyn, Uzunia, and Ifrit are in cahoots with each other. Because if you remember, when Noctis faces Ifrit, you see Ardyn says, you know what? Ifrit don't share the Glacians' love for mankind like, doesn't share the same kind of love for mankind as the Glacian do. Meaning that the same kind of love that Gitayama has for the human race, Ifrit doesn't have that, and we already know that Ifrit hates humans. We already know. So we already know they're teaming up with each other. I'm pretty sure that's how Ardyn was able to do half the stuff he was doing, because first, after Ardyn got demonized, Ifrit did the Star Scourge, and the Star Scourge is what created what the world is today in Final Fantasy XV's world of Eos. So, it could be possible, because in every other Final Fantasy game, there's been more summons than just the basic ones everyone knows. And we're not going to count Typhoon. Again, Typhoon was an enemy in Final Fantasy VI that became a summon in 7. Same thing with Gilgamesh in Final Fantasy VIII, where Gilgamesh was originally an enemy that became a summon later on in Final Fantasy VIII. We're not going to count those two because they're originally enemies. But there are actually a lot more. Like, we didn't get to see Odin. And I guess it would make sense to have 2 Thunder summons. But it could be possible that Odin was the younger brother of Rama, and Ifrit killed him in cold blood. And because Ifrit's in this version, Ifrit's pure evil. He's undiluted evil. Like, so much evil you couldn't even imagine. That's why you had to stop That's why you had to stop Ifrit at any cost. But what if it's possible he took out Odin? And I'm trying to think. There was a lot more other summons that I can't think of at the time. I know Final Fantasy VIII, Cerberus, but he's not really a permanent summon. He's only, but there could be more. There could have been, Hectanir. Who knows? They could have added summons from the other games, but since they didn't, this leaves it up for interpretation. And my interpretation is Ifrit has killed all those other Astrals and gave their royal arms to Ardyn. Because, let's be honest, Ifrit can't use royal arms. He's not a king at all. He's an Astral. Even though he's above kings, he can't use, and since Ardyn's gonna mess up the world, I'm pretty sure since Ardyn's gonna mess up the world, the only human Ifrit respects, the only human that Ifrit truly respects, the only human that Ifrit truly respects is Ardyn Lucis Cealum, because of what he did in the world. So because of that, and he can't use royal arms himself, Ifrit must have passed those royal arms down to Ardyn. And it would make sense to me, because even though he's a king, he's turned completely evil and corrupted by vengeance, according to the words of Bahamut. So, could it be possible that he lost the power to wield royal arms, and that these royal arms are either fake royal arms he created by Niflheim technology, or this could be royal arms passed down to him by Ifrit, because Ifrit respects Ardyn. They made a deal together. They're in cahoots together. In fact, the only 2 bad guys that are in the game that are legit bad guys, besides Idolus, but Idolus was actually just a face. Idolus was only a face, and since the face is gone, now the puppet master behind that face is revealed. So the true villains were Ardyn and Ifrit. So I think that Ifrit could have gave some past royal arms by killing other Astrals, and one of them was Rama's younger brother, Odin. since Odin could use lightning, it makes sense. Odin died at the hands of Ifrit, and that's why all the other Astrals hate Ifrit. You know, because Ifrit's hatred of humans killed all the other Astrals. Now the only ones that are left is Rama, Titan, Leviathan, what else? Shiva, you know, and himself. But there's actually more summons in the Final Fantasy game. So think of it. I think it's possible those royal arms could have came from other Astrals that were killed in the battle with Ifrit. So, with that, those are my theories and my thoughts. Comment below what you think. You know, I like to be able to debate this with anybody, and that's just pretty much what I got tonight. I got me some footage, and may the crystal be with you, and have a wonderful day. And don't listen to that stupid troll who keeps trolling me. He don't always talk